Richard from Review Tech USA. We bonded over the DSP stuff. How are you, sir?
I'm doing lovely. How everyone seems to bond over the DSP stuff. It creates a community.
Give me your best answer. What or who is DSP?
DSP is a live streamer that loves punching himself in the face every day, metaphorically, and has no idea he's punching him. He could look at his own fist and think it's attached to someone else and it's attacking him. It's the best way to word it. Like, he'll run into a wall, a brick wall, and you could tell him a brick wall is there, and he will tell you no and keep running into the brick wall thinking that it's not there, even though you're pointing it to him.
Or he does this thing where he'll say he knew the brick wall was there and he predicted it and he called it. We have a co-host on Mondays, Johnny. He likes to, his impression of DSP is him just going, did I look like an asshole? Yeah, I called that. I predicted that. I said that would happen. I would look like an asshole. I know
yes.
I would. Like, he
has to be right.
He has to be right every time. Again, it's that lack of self-awareness and that lack of sense of humor about himself that both is so, and this is why I unabashedly love the guy. It's so tragic, but on the same time, I will never be able to stop watching this. Like you said, if he becomes self-aware, it's over. And honest, it's like we said, I could watch it all day because you're just watching a guy car crash in slow motion going, Phil, be more appreciative of your audience. Like, that's the one thing that gets me is no matter what happens, he finds a way to not just take his audience for granted, but abuse them on a regular basis. And you know this, I brought you on to be my DSP expert. Why do people stick around and give him money? I am impressed that he's able to keep this thing going because it doesn't seem like he enjoys it. And it doesn't seem like the people who watch him get a nice community-like experience on it. So help me out here. How's this guy hanging on?
Oh, it's super simple. It's the same reason why you watch a reality show with a bunch of drunken train wrecks on it. You want to see the crashes. It's that simple. If Phil woke up one day and actually had a positive stream, quote unquote, like he said, and it was nothing but positive, people would stop watching. He may not realize that, but he's now painted himself into a corner that the only reason he gets support, quote unquote, is because people want to see the stupid thing he's going to do next. That's really it.
And they give him, yeah, I guess, and they chip in and give him money for it. I mean, they so do torture him, though. I mean, he can't seem to get those damn tips. That's my other favorite part. This son of a bitch, he'll go on there, and again, like running shows for donations, we understand, like any way you get it, you're happy and you're appreciative, and you're so happy that people support your show that way. I've seen this son of a bitch get like heavy super chats, and he'll yell at the person who did it for not doing it in the form of a tip. And again,
that amazes me.
I think I have to respect the unmitigated balls it takes to yell at someone like that. He is an entertaining character. It's just not the way he wants to be. We can say whatever we want about the disgusting things he's done and everything else, but you can't deny he's genuinely an interesting character. He's an interesting personality.
He could have an empire because of how entertaining he is, but the day that he would become self-aware, all of the comedy would go away.
Yeah.
So he's a very strange specimen, I guess is the right way to word it, because if he started to realize why people are so fascinated with him, he would no longer be fascinated. Asking people to give him direct tips so he could buy groceries the next day, he's all about that.
Right.
But he has too much pride to get a $50,000 bonus to do a podcast.
I think when you just said, you go, oh, I'm a lol cow. I mean, technically, all of us who talk into these and criticize or make fun of anything, we're all typically, definition, lol cows because we open ourselves up to it. I think it's that you mentioned the self-awareness. It's you, me, and the people who go, well, yeah, I can be made fun of. You know, people go, oh, that guy's shitting on you. They're like, well, probably, yeah, I say some, pretty horrible stuff about people sometimes. I feel like it's that self-awareness that kind of insulates you from being able, you can go live the rest of your life because you're like, yep, that's the kind of the cost of doing business. My introduction to DSP lore is very recent. We came to YouTube from Twitch like almost 3 months ago now. And we just, like I told you, we were on r/cringe. We found a video of him. We had no idea who he was. We just thought, oh my God, like we're a show that lives on donations, but like we appreciate our audience. We don't yell at them. We don't shit on them. We go, yeah, here guys, here's our goal for today. We need to hit it to break even business wise and do this cool, fun thing we're doing for a living. We really appreciate you guys doing that. All right, guys, before we go to DSP, I do want to let you know if you want a chance to get in it, we are giving away one of our VIP packages, all the merch, the tickets, the prizes, all the shit that goes with it. $10 Streamlabs or PayPal, $15 Super Chat. If this ends up being fun or something people like, we might do this once a month, once a week. I don't fucking know. Could be kind of fun. But there you go. There's all the links if you want to qualify. Qualify as many times as you'd like. If we get 60 entrants, we're going to do a second one. What are we up to now? I'll have you start counting.
I think we're at 18.
18. Okay, so still pretty good odds there to get yourself qualified. Sam W. wants in, April. Why don't you add him? So we're at about 20 now. 20 people qualifying. Sam actually qualifying a second time now.
Oh, Sam.
So go ahead and put Sam.
What a nice guy.
In there twice. All right, let's go check out
I'm so
DSP.
excited for this.
And then we saw this video of this guy like being an asshole to the people who pay for him to do this, and we were blown away by it. I'll tell you, the reason and then we put a video up of it, and it did well compared to our other stuff, so we're like, oh, we're on to something here. Our subs started going up. So I'm like, I don't want this guy to be my whole show, but I definitely want to feature him once or twice a week. And when we started doing that, you just start getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and you just... I mean, in a weird way, you start. Yeah, you can't live without the guy. And if you're thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, Aaron, is it cringe?" Would I be showing it to you if it wasn't? And then, of course, I got you guys a little DSP today.
Thank God.
I got you guys a little. I got you a little once a week, maybe once for the evening, once for the morning show. I find you guys a little DSP. I don't force it though. I didn't have any this Monday, so I didn't do any this Monday. I got a little bit for you. He's now blaming North Korea and Iran for why he can't make money.
Okay.
I
didn't want to tell anyone this. I actually have DSP withdrawals occasionally.
Well,
I do miss him.
I'll help you out tonight.
Thank you.
We may have to save one of those.
Right.
I don't think Corey, I mean, he made it clear on his show that one day, I don't think Corey likes the DSP stuff.
No, I don't think he does.
So
either.
I'd probably have to save it. That's too bad, too, because it's really funny. It's really good shit. But that means I'll save it for either Wednesday night or Thursday if we don't get to it. Speaking of overtime, what are we at? You guys went over last night. You guys did an awesome job. You went over our goal, and you also went over our goal on Monday, and you went over our goal on Tuesday morning today as well. You guys knocked out our goal in like an hour and a half today. It was remarkable. So thank you all. I have a DSP video that we will probably need either overtime or tomorrow night's show for. I'll be honest. It could if we don't do overtime, we'll do it tomorrow. If we do overtime, I've got time to get to it. Thank you to Lossless for $1. Thank you very much. There you guys go. And remember, we do have DSP for overtime today. If you're so inclined.
Stop Googling Google.
Oops, sorry. DSP Gaming. All right. We have a lot of fun with DSP. I'd love to interview him for the channel.
I would too. I have him on. Aaron hasn't said anything yet. I made him an entire 3-page list of like references, people to interview. It's pretty great.
I'm excited about it.
Oh, sneaky.
So if we hit our goal tonight, we're going to do the DSP thing. If we don't hit our goal tonight, we're going to do the DSP thing on tomorrow's evening show. So let's fire up the old school Twitch hype train.
Yes.
And let's take these last 5 minutes of the show to knock that goal out. And we'll do the extra 30 minutes if we get within $50. Here we go, everybody. There it is. $40 away from our goal tonight. This has just gotten fucking silly.
Out of control.
All right, you guys ready for... Now, again, you see what we did there to hit our goal?
I had fun.
You can absolutely call that begging. I don't mind. That's okay with me. We did 2 hours of a show, and at the end, we went, hey, anything you guys want to throw in? Huh? What do you think? Then, of course, if people say, no, go fuck yourself, we're good.
But what can I do for you that you want to donate?
We'll rattle the cans and we'll put them away. So I clearly have no problem with anybody asking for money. This always gets lost on some of the DSP people. They go like, oh, don't you do the same thing DSP does? Look, DSP and this show do the same thing that every show that runs on donations do, which is we ask for donations from our audience. I have never said that I have any problem with that. The problem I have with DSP is that he's mean to people. Like, you see that we jump around and dance around. We want to entertain our audience as we ask for their money. It's
we need
only
your support.
It's the least we can do for the support they give us. But it's the being mean to people. It's the yelling at them for giving super chats instead of tips or whatever. I mean,
tips.
My criticism of DSP has never, some people say, oh, he begs for money. That part doesn't bother me. You perform, you're allowed to ask for money. It's kind of like your parents said. It's not that you asked. It's the way you asked.
It's how you did it.
It's always so fucking mean. Now, Camo
It's your
Girl,
tone.
I don't need the audience to point out how different we are. We know. She says, you actually have a set goal. Well, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, his is very flexible, it seems.
Right,
And it always goes up somehow.
It seems to be very nebulous, if you will. So this is DSP. This video was a couple days ago. I think this was Saturday or Sunday. And this is what I mean by it's the way he does it. He made a special 4.5-minute video. He didn't provide new content. He didn't do a funny bit. He didn't talk about anything or engage with his audience. He put a 4.5-minute video up to just browbeat them for their cash. Could you imagine? He has this knack of like people legitimately trying to help him, and then he just berates, belittles, and screams at them. And I've been wondering about this, and I was going to ask you, is that because he's been so demoralized and beaten down by trolls and detractors that he assumes anyone who might have a good intention is just trying to fuck him over eventually?
Well, I'm sure it's a buildup of he gets defensive because it happens all the time. But even back in the day when it was earlier on, he was doing that too.
Yeah. So he's just a self-sabotager. I'm trying to go deep into the psychology. No use. He's just surface level self-destructionist. Bucket shitting Buzzy Bob says, you are good, Aaron, but this looks desperate when you are clout chasing streamers that have more subs than you, but act like you aren't. Not a good look. When have I said that? I think you're misunderstanding. I don't think you're understanding what we do here. I've said numerous times, you talk about these people. In fact, I think 5 minutes ago, I just said, it gets more eyeballs on the product. I don't understand I think you're trying to do something, and it's not like you're trying to force it in there and it's not working. But
I mean, obviously,
there's another option. Just enjoy the fucking show. I don't know what you're talking about, because I think view-wise, we have more views than Phil. And
views, yes.
It's kind of weird.
Subscribers will get there.
Here, I felt like it was kind of an urgent deal that I had to make a special video to address the situation.
It's not an urgent deal, Phil. Calm the fuck down and do good shows.
Relax.
Do good shows, and during your show, ask them for money. That's fine, Phil. Go, hey, guys, if you're enjoying what we're doing, here's how much money I could use for tonight. If you feel like giving it to me, please chip in tonight. That would be great. Stop yelling at them for super chats. Stop listing off the food you need for Jasper, and stop talking about your day off and all that shit. And just do your show. Ask for funds. Do it that way.
Please.
Don't sit there and cry, me, wah. I'm looking at the stories we have to go over, and I'm just sitting here going, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I kind of just want to hang out with the chat and just kill the next 20, 25 minutes, because I know I've got karaoke and I've got the fucking...
Oh, if I didn't have to work tomorrow.
What do you call it? What do I have? It's not a deck, right? I have a deck.
That's a deck, yes. It's not a patio. Patio's on the ground.
I have deck fire. I have karaoke.
Yes.
I have a fucking fun night ahead. You guys are going to get a shitty morning show. I feel bad for you. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be good. You guys are going to enjoy it, I promise. Everything you've thrown in tonight goes towards tomorrow. We're doing this one gratis because I went golfing. I went out for lunch. I did all that stuff. I'm not going to ask you guys for fucking money after I go out and just had a day today. But I also didn't want to take the day off on you either.
I've had fun.
You know what I want to do?
What?
Just want to sit outside.
You're going to go do that in like 20 minutes.
I know.
25 minutes.
But I really want it to be 20 minutes from now. I want to go outside. I want to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Have a beer, you son of a bitch. hang out with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
That was me skipping all the other things. that I didn't want to say on the air. Somebody's got to stop letting me have 4.5% beers.
Now, my hope was that during those playthroughs, people would go above and beyond and support in other ways. I'm going to be honest with you, it didn't happen, and I ended up losing money that I usually rely on at the end of every year, and it made things kind of rough for me.
You selfish cunt. 66% of this country is living paycheck to paycheck. I read an article today. People are going into credit card debt to pay for their gasoline.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
They're paying interest to pay for their gasoline.
Yeah.
So, Phil, I'm sorry if these people... Look, our first job, I always say the ugly part of this job is asking for money. Phil, our first part of this job is not to use the audience as an ATM. It's to entertain them first. Entertain your audience. Make them feel a part of it, like they're family, because that's ultimately what they are. They're your life's blood. They're not to be gone to every time you have to cry and complain about what YouTube's doing to you, and then going, you know what he is? He's the little brother who's always got a get-rich-quick scheme, and every time he comes to visit you, you put your wallet in your front pocket because you're like, what is he hitting me up for next time? That's just the way it is. 40 minutes left, guys. If you hear my, if you hear me right now, 210 is the number. How much overtime you say? Do you have a super chat ready? 30 minutes of overtime if we hit the 210, but we are getting fucked in the ass right now. I mean, 210 is like basically I should have taken the night off. People would have gotten mad at me if I would have taken the night off, but I didn't know we weren't going to make dick, and this was going to be bad. So, guys, rally up. I need you. If you like this show and you want it to stay on the air, paying up is part of it. And with the amount of people we've got, it really is just a nickel here and there if everybody pulls together. So click those links. They're going to be in the chat a lot in the next half hour or so until we get this down to a manageable level, just because I get nervous. You know me. We run this thing on a shoestring budget. We have for a couple of years now. This is sad. I talk about this guy a lot.
Because I've noticed likes on the videos as well as the amount of comments on them have waned dramatically. All right?
Do better content. If I see our likes and views going down, I'm assuming people aren't as into that show as they were the other ones.
Dude, I've said it a few times. My biggest concern for him is that this is his content now and he doesn't game for people.
Dude, you can't let this be your content.
You're bitter.
This is engagement for the channel. This is what helps this channel get noticed all over YouTube. When people help this channel get noticed.
Okay, but again, this is the lack of self-awareness. Phil, you're right. So why are you doing this? If likes and views are what's important and people commenting, there's a reason all that's down. You're making 5-minute videos so you can berate people. It is our last evening show of anniversary week, so I will not stand for us missing the goal. That would embarrass me too much because it's 10 years. It's a 10-year anniversary. We're 2 days before the actual anniversary, which is Friday's show. So we got to knock this out. So you got to click the links. You have a responsibility tonight. I'm going to say that. You have a responsibility as a Steel Toe fan to click the links, Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo, and throw us a few bucks, or do it on YouTube or do it on Rumble and knock that thing out. You guys have, let's do it for the anniversary. Let's do it for 10 years. Let's increase the streak. I'd really appreciate it. Because now in the next hour, I'm going to have to worry about it because we're over $200. This is what I wanted to play this morning.
It's a way to contribute concretely to the channel. Even if you're not on a live stream, you can still do that on any on-demand video. That would help a lot.
He gives all of us shows like this a bad name doing this
agree.
shit. He gives, this is why I get so mad by the end of these, because us, the ROTC boys, everybody who makes ends meet by donations,
Everyone.
they all think of us as this guy. And that's why I take it
Give
so
us
personally.
all a bad name.
Anything that you can do, we greatly appreciated. Look at the description of this video for a few suggestions of things you can do to go above and beyond.
Yeah, if I haven't berated you enough for what things you can do for me during these hard times, go in the description below and I'll fucking yell at you some more.
I'm starting to take pity on this guy.
Don't.
I just think
He's being
so,
an asshole.
He's so.
All right, $75 away from knocking it out today. 75 away. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. Let's go, everybody. 75. Streamlabs, PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Super Chats and Rumble Rants. Fauci's Pangolin says, check your asshole. There might be some gold. I pull it all out of there for the show. We got the Social Security hack story coming. If we knock out, if we get to overtime today, Pistachio says, will the streak be broken? Let's find out. All right, minute and a half. No, we're not going to fail. It's $75 away on the last gold day of the week. There's no way. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Links are in the chat. Oh, Steffi with 10 gifted memberships. That's 25 off. And then Fauci's Pangolin with a gifted membership. So we're 45 away. Hey, there you go. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. 45 away from knocking it out today. 45 seconds left in regulations. 30 seconds. Can 45 be done? King Kong Dong says MSO so close. Hey, we're only inside of 50. We're not home yet. We just bought ourselves an extra 30. That's all. MSO can still get his win. All right, guys, getting close to the buzzer here. Mike with $15 over on PayPal. $30 away from knocking out our final goal of the week. Oh, this is the fun part, isn't it? All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, regulation done. Overtime on credit, $30 away. Can we extend the streak? Bubble.
He's so out of touch with what it takes to like get these things going.
He's not, though. He doesn't care. He's being mean.
You're just liking the videos you're watching. Leaving comments will help in droves. All right, guys? Thank you so much for watching. I know, again, pretty crappy quality video, rushing to get it out, but thanks so much, and I'll see you when I get back from my break.
If things are so rough, why are you taking a break? Like, I gotta get Jasper his dog food.
That's what I always wonder about, like, the days off, too. Like, if you're not doing well, stop with the days off.
We got off rough out of the gates on the morning show this morning, and I told April, I'm so excited to do the show tonight because I'm always so fucking happy doing that show.
You just want to get back to it.
I'm so excited doing a show for people. So when I see people like DSP, who it seems like it's paining them to broadcast, I think, God damn, man, I really don't want to become that guy.
No, and I think, how long has he been on YouTube now? What'd you say?
9? Is it 9 years?
9 years. So almost a decade. And he must have clearly seen some kind of decline, you know?
Yeah.
He's not as relevant anymore because he doesn't give good content. He just bitches.
Whatever the case may be.
And yeah,
sure.
I would suppose you start to resent some things if you don't keep it up and keep trying.
Yeah. 3K says, I mean, you could just be the problem, the
budget.
The tragedy of DSP is he's just not a talented guy. He's not funny. He doesn't compel you to listen and donate.
He's starting to make me stressed out listening to him sometimes.
Like I said, like, to me, the quality of our show dictates whether or not we hit the goal. Like, we missed by a lot this morning. We ran the same hype train. We did the same gimmick that we did tonight.
Yep.
Tonight we got it. People were like, hey, I'd like to hear 30 minutes more of this shit.
Yes.
This morning they were like, nah, 4 hours is good. You guys can fuck off now. You can go. And that's fine. Your quality dictates content. You know, we're new to DSP lore, and it's brought us a lot of new fans.
Yes.
And those fans, by the way, have stopped asking during the live shows, when are you doing DSP? Because we're like, do we do it once a week? Maybe twice if he does something egregious like he did last week with the racist joke. But we do it once a week for like 20 minutes out of one 4.5-hour show. It's just part of the fun.
Yeah,
that we have.
He's
here.
one of the many lol cows we have.
Yeah, so
there's a whole pasture of them.
There's a lot of them. And one of our listeners sent me Kiwi Farms threads on like 4 different guys. So I got some homework and some research to do. So if you're feeling generous, everyone who's feeling generous right now at the moment, go ahead and click that PayPal link, chip in. That is how this show pays its bills, is listener donations. We're filthy internet beggars for a living. But we consider it an exchange, a transaction. We give you the service. You throw us a few bucks. All is well with the world. Super chats, memberships, and that PayPal. PayPal, we take over 90%. The YouTube stuff, we take 50%. No, I'm sorry. That's Twitch. 70% of what you give us on YouTube. James kicking things off today with $25. Thank you very much, buddy. Knocking us down to $365 this morning. Thanks, pal. We're on a roll. A few more people like that. We're going to knock out that $100 this first hour. $205 away from our goal today. Let's get moving on that a little bit if you could. Thank you very much. We are getting to that 1 hour mark left in the show. So let's hit that 205. Whatever we don't hit has to roll into the next shows, making it harder and harder to not only hit overtime, but also making it harder and harder for this show to continue. 205 away from the goal. PayPal link in the chat. Super chats and memberships count. If you feel like chipping out into this show, please do. We do need you. We're at 205. These goals become very, very important, especially since in the last few months we've definitely we've had an advertiser or two drop off. We may have to bring Bet USA back. We also have, we got a little ongoing issue here with some things. So that goal is becoming very important. Again, we don't ask our audience for anything more than break even on that goal. Cody Dog says, okay, DSP. I mean, I have always said the difference between DSP and everyone else who streams a show for donations is that we at least admit that we're begging for money. We do a show for you, and then we ask you. And then when you give us money, we actually thank you. We don't yell at you for it. So yes, Cody Dog.
And we have a clear goal.
Yes, and we have a clear
goal. The goal doesn't move.
The goal doesn't move or change when it gets hit. If anything, the goal goes down when we go over it. So yes, big difference. I am not one of these people.
I want to get breadsticks when I go out and eat tomorrow.
Right.
I need to raise the goal.
I think there's a lot of people who shit on DSP for the wrong reasons. Like they shit on DSP because he asks for money when he does his show. That's not the thing that's disgusting about DSP.
It's how he does it.
That's okay. It is fine to do a show and then go, hey guys, we do this for a living. If you could throw in a few bucks, that would be great. I have no problem with people doing that. You got to get your money. And if your audience wants to support it, that's cool. My problem, so I think people are wrong when they shit on DSP for that. The thing you shit on DSP for is that he uses it for his personal funds. He just takes it out, uses it himself. It's not for a business that takes care of other people. He takes it, he spends it frivolously on crazy shit, and then asks you for more money the next day for his crazy shit. So that and then yells at people for not giving it to him the right way and is completely ungrateful. And then when he needs something, he charges you more money. That part I don't like. You know what it is? DSP has the Opie disease where he's so terrified of being trolled and he's so terrified of haters that he won't give anyone anything because he lives in constant fear that they'll use it to humiliate him. Imagine living that way. If you have to worry about something like that, consider what you might be doing to motivate someone to do that. Just think about it. So his whole premise here is, fuck you, pay me.
Yep.
And I ain't giving you shit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you give $250 in a week to this show, we give you every piece of merch we have. We give you 2 tickets to the quarterly shows we do. We give you a chance to win $100 every month. And when we come out with new merch, we send it to you. Why? Because you give us so much fucking money, we feel bad, and we're like, these people need gifts for giving so much. Phil won't even sign a fucking old controller and send it to somebody.
It would literally only cost him the postage, unless you want to be a complete dick and COD it. But
ew.
Yeah, dude, I know.
And I always hate being in this position where I have to tell, whether it's co-hosts, whether it's audience members, no matter who it is, I have to respectfully look at them and I have to go, you're wrong. I apologize if you don't like this, but if you don't like this, there is a part of you that doesn't understand what a good show is or doesn't understand what interesting broadcasting is, because there are going to be times where we're going to talk about things that may not be your cup of tea, that you may go, oh, God, and you might roll your eyes. But I'm promising you it's good. I'm promising you it's interesting, and I'm promising the amount of time we spend covering it is going to fly by in your day. And that's the point of what we're doing here. Why don't you take off? Maybe I'll do the rest of it here. we'll send Johnny away. There we go. And again, Just Kidding LLC on Rumble and all that. Johnny's going to go do his thing.
Again, this is just like they have nothing to offer. The internet, there's no content here, so they have to do the most extreme, ridiculous, risque stunts to get people to talk about them, to make them feel like they're pertinent. This is why they get views, and this is why they're still in the realm of relevancy. It's like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it to have this be your legacy on the world and on the internet, instead of actually, like, Nick had good content. He had content that was talking about the law and how it applied to certain things, and then to turn it into this is like what? I mean, we know what it is. It's drugs. He got hooked on drugs. I guess that was it for him, right? Like, nothing is off the table after that. He's not thinking straight up there. So, man, I don't know. This is
all right. 160 away. 5 minutes to go, guys. Money, money, money. Beg, beg, beg. Pity, pity, pity. Throw money at us so we can keep our show going. If we don't hit our goals enough, we don't have a show we can do for you. So we run on your kindness. Let's go ahead and throw in. We need everybody. That means we can't just sit on our ass and wait for someone else. Everybody throw in a little bit. Everybody's got a couple of bucks that they can throw at the old toe every month. Let's go ahead and do that so we can do 30 more minutes. Of course, it's been a depressing day for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Das Optic Nerve says, I got crushed in the stock market today. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah, it'll come back tomorrow.
Imagine not having to pay child support, says Hulk Mashabay. Don't you fucking talk to me like that.
No, that's a thing we've talked about.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk to me like that.
Well,
I don't like thinking about
I've
it.
sat here. It's like, if you ever came into like large amounts of money too, how nice would it be to just pay all that fucking shit off and quit paying it every month? Just pay it off.
Yeah.
Be done with it. I'd love that.
It's a perfect dork says, all I have is just rent and internet to pay for. Fuck a goat.
How
man.
nice would that be? I miss the simpler times sometimes.
I want to be that guy. I will never beg or play the victim card to get more money from people. I've learned to live without for the month till next paycheck. Fuck, man, you could work at a convenience store and knock that out.
That's insane.